Sreeram, he's seen the Indian economy through transformative times. At a time when everyone's talking about the state of the economy, he delivered historic reforms for India.
Niranjan, is not only the economy, like Saurabh was saying, defense, foreign affairs. He should have been prime minister also, unfortunately denied due to narrow politics of the dynasty. If you look at his career, 80 plus years, he really was a microcosm of independent India. We are going to celebrate 75 years of independence. He was pretty much like a son of India from day one. And some of the big milestones that come to my mind: 1971 liberation of Bangladesh. Mrs. Indira Gandhi actually sent Pranab to all the major world capitals. He engaged with many interlocutors to create the ground for the creation of Bangladesh. And even when he was president of India, I remember Sheikh Hasina personally, worked with him very closely to remove many obstacles to bilateral relations. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the father of Sheikh Hasina, the liberation hero of Bangladesh, was a very close friend of Pranab Mukherjee. Pranab Mukherjee also had a very resolute, stance on defense. You will remember when he was president, the issue of Ajmal Kasab had come up, and he said, nothing doing, those who have to go to the gallows will go to the gallows. And that is the kind of, figure he was. Short man in stature, but very tall, a very big figure in terms of the history of this country. Some of the greatest milestones you can count, where the fate of this nation was hinging. Pranab Mukherjee was there doing the troubleshooting, doing something to save the day and to save the national honor. I tend to think of him like somebody like Lal Bahadur Shastri.
Sreeram, can you stay with me? In 1969, he successfully managed V.K. Krishna Menon's campaign. In 1969, the same year, Indira Gandhi recruited him into the Congress party. He became a member of Rajya Sabha in that year. In 1973, Deputy Minister of Industrial Development in the Indira Gandhi government. In 1980, leader of the Congress party in Rajya Sabha. In 1982, finance minister under Indira Gandhi. In 1986, he founded Rashtriya Samajwadi Congress. In 1989, the Rashtriya Samajwadi Congress merged with the Congress party. In 1991, a deputy chairman of the Indian Planning Commission. In 1995, external affairs minister under P.V. Narasimha Rao. In 2004, leader of the House in Lok Sabha. Same year, Minister of Defence in Manmohan Singh cabinet. 2009, Finance Minister in Manmohan Singh cabinet. Elected as president in 2012. Truly the people's president. The people's president. Enduring, with a smile always. Sreeram, you're talking about, and just as I come across to you, cutting across not just party lines, but the Nepalese head of state has also responded, paying their tributes to Pranab Da.
Yes.
Yeah. Niranjan, he built an enormous amount of goodwill among our neighboring countries. I was mentioning Bangladesh, you're talking of Nepal. Sri Lanka also is highly regarded. He was a point person for many national security crises that we had. It's a fact that he was very good at intermediation. He would bring together different parties together and try to find a way out. That was his enormous ability. And I think he was also very selfless. His ego would never come across. That's the reason initially, Mrs. Gandhi promoted him, Indira Gandhi, and brought him up as a young man. He was just a college lecturer before that. But gradually he came in and he found a niche. He was not a loud politician. He was not a demagogue. He was very civil and courteous in his mannerisms. Not the type, to fling accusations. But when he would say something acerbic, aimed at either a domestic enemy or somebody who's threatening India from abroad, it would carry a punch, So talk softly, carry a big stick. That's what for me represents. I'll just share one vignette from my own life with him, Niranjan. I gave him a copy of my book Modi Doctrine 2017 when he was president. And he looked at it and said, oh, I have already read 7 books on Narendra Modi. And this is the 8th book. I thank you so much. I'm going to read it, especially when I'm traveling. I need to, build my knowledge. Even at this age,
Yes.
he had become the head of state of this country. He need not have done all that. But here was a scholar. Here was the old college lecturer from West Bengal. Here was that, Pranab, who wanted knowledge because he knew that that is the basis on which. And he did so much for higher education. I'm a professor at a university. The amount of work he did, the President of India is a statutory. He runs the central universities in the country, and he has a mandate to push for it. Rankings, Indian universities, why they should not be the topmost in the world. He was really brainstorming with all the vice chancellors. He was trying to push our education system to reach the level that he has seen in so many parts of the world, So his heart really beat for this country, that we should really transform ourselves. And I think he saw that in his lifetime already. To some degree, he was already very satisfied. 2012 to 17, when he was President of India, he was seeing the transformation, especially under the Modi administration, and he was really appreciative of it. You see his president speeches every year for the Republic Day. You see the ones when he was 14, 15, 16, 17, those years, the last years of his presidency, he was so upbeat about this country.